The Red Warrior scored a breakthrough win in UAP Season 82 against the De La Salle Green Archers, and it had nothing to do with luck, just a whole lot of swerte, Rey Suerte. And also this past Saturday, the defending champion Ateneo Blue Eagles ended week 2 of action as the lone unbeaten team, pushing their record to 4-0. Here with us to talk about UAP Saturday results, our The Score analyst, Dynamite, Jai Reyes, and the voice of the UAP, Boom Gonzalez.
Hello, Nico.
Okay, guys. I think I mentioned the name sa lead-in, and people are still talking about this guy, Mr. Rey Suerte. He's
magaling na swerte pa.
Magaling na swerte. Mahirap talunin pag maswerte.
Yes.
Okay, Jai, talk about Rey Suerte's clutch play, clutch shot, just clutch mentality.
You know what amazes me with this kid? Is yung clutch moments, yung itsura niya parang, I've been here, kaya kong gawin to. So, you know, when the ball goes to him, if you're a teammate of his in UE, I mean, you're confident that something will happen. Either he's gonna break the defense down and find the open man, or as he did in this game, he made the tough shots to win the game for UE.
You know what's working for him also is the fact that UE needs him. I mean, coming into the year, we all know, one-and-done player, he's a champion, he's an MVP. He knows he's going to have playing time. He's not having the mentality na a couple of errors, I might be benched, a couple of missed shots, forced shots, I might be benched. Diba, Jaya, you've seen players like that na when they know they're going to be in the game for a long time, their confidence is up, they're going to take risks every now and then, hence the demeanor na parang I've been there before and I'll take
and also,
the
you know, the
shot.
spotlight of the UAAP, I think that's something you can't really prepare for.
Yeah,
even
of course,
if you're a veteran one.
Yeah, even if you're a Sasafi MVP,
Yes.
you're a champion player in the Sasafi, you go to the UAP, you're suddenly playing in the Mall of Asia Arena.
Even me, I was
Araneta,
playing
yeah.
the juniors, it's also the UAP. But
Right.
when I stepped up to the seniors, my first game going out into that tunnel, it's a different experience.
Pero alam mo, masarap pag alam mo may playing time ka eh. Talagang you're gonna take those risks, and to him, as you see in his game, it's like free-flowing yung laro niya eh. Parang he's not afraid to make errors because he knows, parang pasa all, he knows he's going to be there, they're going to need him.
I think malino na malino in the off-season that he was already anointed as the go-to guy. He was recruited as the go-to guy. Hindi yung parang, tutulong ka dito. No, from day one, pagdating niya, Rey Suerte, ikaw ang go-to guy. And when we talk to Jed Mendoza, Jan Apasible, before the season, they compared Rey Suerte to the following players. Robert Bolick, Ray Nambatak, Kiefer Ravena.
Main men.
So, ganun kataas yung tingin nila kay Rey Suerte.
Yes, and the numbers show, and the way he handled the situation, it really showed. It's one of the best games in recent memory for me in the UAP. Just watching at home, I didn't really think that UE LaSalle game would really get me off my seat and record all those stories.
Right.
But it was a good game, and thank you to this kid. You know, sabi nga nila, mas mahirap bantayan yung swerte kaysa sa magaling.
Ngayon talaga, lalo
kung yun pa yung pangalan mo.
And credit to them, no, Jai and Miko. The UE played well all throughout. They had a 15-point lead at one point. Hinabol na LaSalle, and this is without their import pa. So if you watch the game, they really played well, and they deserve that win. And Suerte made the clutch shot, and those were 2 clutch shots.
Yeah, that was a back-to-back three-point shot.
Back-to-back pa yun na sandwich dun kay Melesio, no? So, ang bigat ng laro.
By the way, those who are parang asking, was he stepping on the line? No, he was not.
Na hindi.
It looked like he was. If you look at, let's say, you look at the highlight clip, but the commissioner's office, they reviewed it and they showed us the screen caps, and no,
Wala talaga.
it looks really close. But
Swerte talaga.
Swerte talaga. Di mahirap talaga talunin pag pag swerte. Okay, let's quickly shift to the other game last Saturday, Ateneo versus FEU, which it turned out was the kumbaga, least exciting game of the weekend.
Of the 6 days so far, honestly. I was telling Miko prior to us going on the air, how many times will you say that night that two teams, as you know, who have rivalries also, Ateneo and FEU, sila pa yung parang unexciting
Because it was
compared.
one-sided. It was a one-sided
Yes,
game.
compared to...
You know, I was really preparing to watch this game. So, of course, I watched the first game also. But baliktad pala. Ano pala, yung first game pala, yun
Mas
pala yung mas
exciting,
exciting. But yeah, this was, from a basketball standpoint,
Right.
if you love defense, you want to watch this game. Because actually, both these teams, they really locked down on defense.
That's why the score really was indicative of the kind of defense being played.
Yes, I think at halftime, FU only had less than 20 points.
You have like 4 field goals
Yes.
and 11 turnovers or something like
Not
that.
the best kind of TV viewing,
not
but
at all.
that's basketball.
Yeah, not at all. I did the game, so I saw also how, parang ang masakit doon, 2 things. One is, parang 180-degree turn talaga yung FU from the UE game. Because their backcourt, we talked about it, outscored 51-14 yung UE in that game. Dito, wala. Talaga's nothing. They were squeezing dry from the backcourt, or anybody for that matter for FEU. And then, it also showed you that Ateneo can win in many ways. They won an ugly basketball game na, devoid of the highlights and devoid of all of the fancy stuff. They won a gritty, dirty game, so to speak.
What's I don't know if for the rest of the UAP this is good. I was able to talk to Coach Andre Tolentino, strength and conditioning coach of Ateneo, and we talked about this game, and I was telling him, grabe yung players mo, condition na condition, grabe dumipensa. And he said, alam mo, sa totoo lang, us coaches, this is not enough for us. Tingin namin malayo pa kami on our potential and what we can be. So, come the second round or the rest of the games of Ateneo.
That is a scary sight. Just as scary watching Kwame hitting three-point shots. I think those are grounds for protest. Kasi Kwame nakaka-3 points.
Wala na.
Parang anong daya na niya na.
Uwian na. Sabi ko nga doon sa ere, pag nakakita pa tayo ng fadeaway jumper na dalawang magkasunod, it's done.
That's it. Okay, that will do it for our discussion on the Saturday doubleheader. But we're not done with our discussion on the UAP basketball weekend. Boom and Jai will stay with us to talk about Sunday's overtime thrillers after the break.